I'm saying this is how we get disease, this development of toxin from our own tissues, from our own cell membranes. If this happens in a nerve cell, it can kill the nerve cell or cause dysfunction to the nerve cell. You get this happening enough, you get neurological disease. You can get Alzheimer's, you can get Parkinsons. Any kind of degenerative neurologic disease can form because of PUFA overload happening in the central nervous system. The same kind of process can affect your lipoproteins, the cholesterol-carrying particles in your blood. So if you don't have enough antioxidants to protect the fat as it travels through your bloodstream, then the LDL particles become little toxin delivery vehicles, and you get arteriosclerosis, and you can get heart attacks and strokes. It won't explain why some people get, why Alzheimer's runs in some people's families and why, say, lupus or Parkinson runs in other people's families. That's genetic, and that has to do with what tissues your body is less able to, or just has more PUFA exposure or is less able to protect. The PUFA has less enzyme systems in those tissues. When they start the test and you give it monounsaturated fatty acid, the kind that's in olive oil, and the kind that actually our body prefers to store, it actually goes above baseline. Saturated stays right around baseline. On a healthy diet, we have tons of monounsaturated fat in our body fat. But they also tested the two most common types of polyunsaturated fatty acids in our diet, an omega-6 and an omega-3. And as you can see, after just a short amount of time here, during which the antioxidants are getting depleted, right? So I said that our cells have the capacity to prevent oxidation. We have antioxidant enzyme systems, but you can overwhelm those systems. And so when you give pure omega-6 and omega-3, you start to overwhelm those systems in a matter of minutes, and then energy production starts to drop off dramatically. And as you can see, the omega-3 is even a worse fuel for our cells than omega-6. And that's exactly what you would predict from the chemistry, because the omega-3 has, from that slide I showed you earlier, has a larger zone of oxygen attack. And it indeed is a more rapid reaction and a more rapid deterioration into toxins, and more problematic when you force your mitochondria to burn PUFA. It's worse if you force your mitochondria to burn omega-3. And that's, I think, a very important, it's important to highlight right now that they've done a lot of studies on, are there health benefits from adding omega-3 supplementation into your diet? And the answer has been a resounding not always. And that's because it has to do with the fact that you are maybe giving it to somebody who's already reached the PUFA overload threshold, their antioxidants have been depleted and they can't handle anymore. Or you may be giving it to somebody who has a deficiency and you're correcting it and you make everything work better.